So do you remember when we first crossed paths?
Oh, absolutely. A night I'll never forget.
Scares me.
It was the night that we gathered at St. Joseph's when our friend Jason was getting ready to head off to Louvain for studies. And Jason, in his usual fashion, had a party to say goodbye. And you came in with several others who have since become family, right?
Yeah.
And it was just a night of a great meal and a lot of laughs and conversation. And that was the night that I met you. You were a recently ordained priest at that point, and I was on my way up to Mundelein the following fall semester. So
You're that much younger than me?
I am.
That's not, no, we need to redo the math on that one. No, not at all. I do, now that you mentioned it, I do remember the night. And it certainly has been the catalyst for lots of wonderful gatherings.
Absolutely.
I mean, as far as friendship, as far as, just talking about all of this, the things that get you through ministry, the things that get you through life.
Yep.
And, isn't it so that the people you circle with, I think sometimes, people think of, be it deacon, priest, bishop, whatever, it's kind of like you live in these hallowed halls and, it's always a time in prayer. Don't get me wrong, that's important.
Sure.
But to be able to have that supportive, honest friends that keep you honest or keep me honest.
Yeah.
And that's been such a blessing. Yeah.
Well, and I'll never forget that night because it really was the first step into our group of friends that we call family, who are those honest individuals in our life, and they come from all different walks of life.
Exactly.
There's not a time that when we gather that we don't laugh a lot and rib each other and joke around, but also because we are family, you know the support that's there, you can call upon them. And certainly in our friendship, I've always known your support and encouragement as time has gone by. Especially, the time that we got to live together, that was a great deal of fun.
Give your usual description of the company of the household.
So the household was wonderful because, honestly, the best rectory I have ever lived in.
Twice?
Twice. The first time and then the second time. Mama, your mother, was living with you. You needed a place to live, and I had a large empty rectory. So I invited you to come and join. And so we had 2 priests, 1 mother, my 2 dogs, and your 6 birds. And you could easily get confused where we live because we're just north of Brookfield Zoo, but we had our own zoo in that rectory, which was just a lot of fun.
It was a continuation of the zoo. Could have called it Animal Farm at that point, but there again too. I mean, the blessings, and I mean, certainly I know that in our friendship, and since we've known each other for all these years, and then the circle of friends around us, but they continue. It just continues to unfold, and isn't that kind of the truth of having true friends, lasting friends?
Yeah.
It's not kind of like, okay, even if you're disconnected for a while because of life circumstances, whatever, you pick right back up. And going back to an earlier comment, in a sense of be able to laugh together, to talk together, but also have very serious conversations.
Sure.
Because it seems in this circle of friends, when one person or a couple, whatever, I mean, is struggling or down or having issues, the rest of the circle is there too, in a sense of banding together and just truly supporting everybody.
And I think I affirm all of that because that's true. And knowing those individuals will be there and they will show up in those difficult moments and encourage you. But particularly our friendship, first as priests and now as bishops, has meant the world to me. Getting named a bishop, I'll never forget the phone call I made to share the news that was going to happen. And then a few months later, receiving that phone call from you telling me that you were now also going to join in that fraternity of being bishops. And so much of, life is, we relate to people, but we also sometimes struggle because we don't fully understand or grasp what somebody is going through because of their role. I don't understand a teacher's role or a doctor's role or a lawyer's role as much as I understand a priest and now as a bishop. And so truly it's been a great blessing in my life, not only to become a bishop, but then to have one of my closest friends also join in that role of the episcopacy. And it's been a great blessing over the last 5 years to be able to kind of have those conversations about what life has become now that the Lord and the church have entrusted us to these ministries.
Yeah, very much. I mean, it's kind of, I've always joked, I mean, for how many early months after being named bishop, but I was still waiting for that manual to come from Rome. It's never arrived even after all these years, but having the gift of our friendship, everything that goes along with it, it's kind of, we cannot kid each other. I mean, in a sense, because certainly, like any other role, it's had its peaks and valleys. And, but I mean, even as it unfolds, to be able to discuss with, a close friend, the ups and the downs. And that's, wherever we find ourselves, or even coming to the USCCB meetings. It's kind of like, it's always nice to find a friendly face, a truly friendly face in the crowd as you're going about all of the business of the church.
Sure. Having that connection or connective point, whether it's here at the USCCB meeting, whether it's up in Milwaukee, down in Peoria. This great opportunity this past summer when you received the pallium to be with you in Rome. Just knowing that connecting point is always there, which just grounds you. At least for me, it's a reminder, like, despite everything that goes on in life, there are people, there's a person, a friend who is just going to love me for who I am, challenge me to be the better person that I can become, and encourage me when I'm down, and support me however is necessary. And certainly you've been that one of those people in my life that's been a great blessing.
It's a two-way street.
Yes.
Again, and again, it's nice to know that it's somebody you just can't bluff, and just the ongoing encouragement too. To bounce things off of.
Right.
So I mean, it continues everywhere we look, everywhere we go. And looking to the future, because I think too, there's another face of being a bishop. The reality is it can become so isolating.
Sure.
And we hear they just talking with brother bishops and the like. And if you don't have that kind of support system, of one close friend or a small circle of really trusted friends,
right?
What do you do? In a sense of, it can be very deadening. And, I think for both of us, we love what we do, in the midst of the struggles at times. We want to keep that well and healthy as best we can for as long as we can. So that's the gift of friendship in all of us, very, very much.
Right. And one of your gifts that I've always appreciated is the fact that you, going back to even the start of the conversation, of gathering people together. And just inviting people to stay connected, and that even now as we live our lives as bishops, it's that much more, so that it isn't isolating, that making those efforts to say, I need to be there, or I want to be there, because I want to support my friend, my brother, and I've always been, since I met you, I've always been so impressed by your willingness to be that one who sends out the reminder that says, hey, it's been a while, we need to sit down and touch base and get together, either us or get the family together.
No, I mean, very much so. And I think, too, just going back, I mean, we've covered so much as far as kind of the history of our friendship. But for us, too, I think the beauty is our families became interlocked. So in the sense of just, seeing the struggles of, losing parent or a parent, being there, losing a sibling as well as your father. Like I said, it's not just in the good times, it's not just in the happy times. I mean, true friendship, true family, I mean, in the sense of what, God has given us is that, that it doesn't matter. And you prioritize to say, okay, yeah, I could be doing lots of other things, but I need to be here.
Right.
And so trust me, this is very much a blessing.
Yeah, I mean, we've joked before, I gained a mother.
Yeah.
And you unfortunately gained a bunch of sisters.
That's all right. Being an only child, it's nice to have all those folks to keep me honest. But no, I mean, I guess that we never underestimate. And I think, especially in a world where there is so much isolation, to go through life, and especially in lives that can be very demanding.
Right.
The world is wanting, so many things from you. But how do you keep center? And I really believe you do that through friendship.
Yep. Yep, indeed.
And certainly for me, I mean, in a sense, because my mother is not a fan of long distance travel, and I kind of wanted to bubble wrap her in the trip to go to take her to the pallium, Mom. And so kept it very intentionally as a small circle of friends. And I mean, so for yourself to be part of that, to be just very close friends, to go standing in a place I thought in my life I didn't think I would ever stand, but also then to see the faces around that have marked my life as important in transitions and in growth and stuff. I mean, to have yourself there. And the celebrations after Cardinal Harvey and so many others were so generous. I was so grateful for your presence.
It was an amazing experience. And, we had actually talked because Bishop Peoria had mentioned going into the Jubilee for bishops, and that was kind of the original thought. But then, of course, the church and the Lord had a different plan for you to make you Archbishop of Milwaukee. So it was just a great honor to be there and to witness that. Especially, in light of Pope Leo being our Holy Father now, a fellow Chicagoan, so that connection to him, and to be able to see you go up and receive the pallium and have that brief exchange with the Holy Father was really a moment of pride and gratitude that was just a privilege to be a part of, and certainly then to celebrate with you in so many different ways. The different churches we went to and celebrated Mass in St. Clement's, which means so much to you because your first assignment was St. Clement's, and being hosted by Cardinal Harvey at St. Paul outside the walls. I mean, it was just really an amazing experience, and one that I'll never forget. It was a great time.
Packed an incredible amount of stops and events in 8 days, and the heat. Remember the heat?
Gosh,
it was like 95, 100 degrees.
It was a good excuse for gelato.
Any reason for gelato. But no, and this has just been great. I mean, the opportunity just to come together to share. Like I said, hopefully we continue to do that, however we do that, but we need to do that.
Absolutely.
So,
it means so much every time we take some time to be together. So it's great to see you again.
Yep. Take care.